Right. So, welcome to our STEM Lockdown Digital School, and it's Friday. Isn't that awesome? I'm your teacher, Sheena Cooney, and your presenter. Please remember that you can send me any homework, even if you haven't done it yet. Try and do it and send it to me at my email address. Then at least I can give you some feedback. Okay. Now, also put up, I noticed on our Flipgrid, we've had some good responses. So I'm hoping to get a few more. And today we are going to do some revision. Okay. Now, if anybody has something on after I've already checked in to see, just let me know maybe during the lesson so that I know to go and check as well. Because I would like to mention you, because I think if you take the time and the effort to do the homework I give you, then you deserve the credit for it. Okay, credit where credit is due. And so today, yes, we are going to look at a cartoon. All righty, are you ready? So we're doing some homework review. This is our visual literacy, okay, where we visually look at a picture and answer questions about it. So if you look, you can see two people in cartoon. It's only got two frames, frame 1 and frame 2. So it's not a very long cartoon. And it is called Hi and Lewis. Okay, maybe it's Louis, I'm not sure there. Okay, so it starts with the little boy saying, yes, okay, I will do that, Dante. Right, guys, you must practice for your patties. All right, so you're going to practice for the pats on the back that you get today. All righty, so little boy says, I'm writing a report for history on my favorite American hero. Who did you pick? George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King. And then he gives it to his daddy, and his daddy reads it and says, the Incredible Hulk. Now study this cartoon, because on the next slide, I am going to ask you questions. So let me know when you're ready to go to the next slide. Okay. All righty. Some of you are ready to go to the next slide. Okay. Anyone else want to look a bit longer? Okie dokie. Right, so let's get this lesson on a roll, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to go to the next slide. If you need me to go back, I have no problem with going back at all. Okay, so, right, these are your questions. Okay, you read through them first. See, read through them first. The father expected his son to choose or who did he expect him to choose for his story? The son chose. Who did the son choose? Now, looking at the body language, provide two reasons which prove that the father is not happy about his son's decision. Question 4, what is the setting for the comic strip? Question 5, identify the punctuation used in frame 1 in the word I'm, and state why we used it. Question 6, why has the word king been written in a capital letter? No, it's not a typo. What happened is my answer block is just covering the N, and I can't move it right now. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Question 6, why has the king been written in a capital letter? Question 7, many people will laugh when they read this comic strip. Explain why you think it is funny. Right, so let's go to question 1. What did the father expect his son to choose? as his hero? A president, good suggestion. Okay, George Washington. Government, a real person. Dante, you're definitely also on the right track. A historical figure, very good. Okay, shall we check the answer? Luther Martin King, good. Very good suggestions. Very good suggestions. So yes, you can get a patty pat on the back. Just go ahead and give yourselves one. All right, so I like that, Damita, you answered a historical figure because it just makes it a little bit more specific. And I like that a lot of you said a real person. Dante said a real person, and quite a few of you said the actual names. So I just want to say you all deserve a patty pat on the back for that, because it is a very good answer. So it's historical figure or a real person. You're comparing it to what the boy chose. I gave only one example, Abraham Lincoln, but there was Martin Luther King, okay? And there was George Washington was also mentioned. Okay, but the main idea is, can you identify that it's a historical figure and a real person compared to what the son chose? Now, tell me, number 2, the son chose a what? What did the son choose? If you're really, really good today and you work really, really hard, maybe next Friday we'll do Kahoot as practice for what we've learned this term. Okay. So very, very good. Yes, he chose the Hulk, and he chose, very good, Tamita, he chose a fictional character. Welcome, Kennedy. It's no problem. We're glad to have you. Okay. So Dante suggests he chose a superhero also. Okay. It is very different from what the father expected. Do you think the son actually understood what the task was when asked about a hero? He was loopy. Well, I don't know if he was loopy. Maybe he just had a different idea of what a superhero is. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see if Miss Cooney gets, or Miss Sheena gets a patty pat on the back. Let's check if we got the same answers. Very good. A fictional character is the same. So I would still give you that. Definitely a comic book hero. Or you can even give the name of the character, the Incredible Hulk. But to really, really ensure that you get your answers right, especially with visual literacy, you want to cover all your bases. So for the example that I did for number 2, I said he was a historical figure, and I gave an example. For question 2, I said he was a comic book hero, and I gave an example. So if you can learn to do the same when you're answering such questions, then you've got all your bases covered, and you know that you've answered basically the question cohesively and properly in context. Okay, because you've given the answer and an example, which is very, very good. So well done, guys. Pat, pat. No, I agree with you, Bonolo. Actually, they didn't specify in the comic. We couldn't tell what he had received in class. You're absolutely right. So we've got to judge it according to what we see visually on the comic. See, he definitely did think differently. Well, a child normally, as little children, we do think a bit differently than adults. And the fictional world is just far more exciting. Okay, so it can happen. Maybe he was just a bit excited, maybe about you know how sometimes we go through seasons of where there's cartoons or movies or games that we really particularly like. Maybe he was in that season or that phase where he really, really enjoyed Hulk, and that was his favorite character. And that's why he was so excited that perhaps he had an opportunity to actually write about him. So I don't know. He wasn't loopy. I think he was just very, very excited to be able to talk about something that he loved to talk about. Okay, patty pat on the back for everybody. Well done. Good job. Now, let's have a look at the daddy's body language. Did you study his body language? Right, there's two reasons why he is not happy about his son's decision. So why do you think what on the drawing can show you without words he wasn't happy? How do you know the father wasn't happy? Okay, so I've got a suggestion about his facial expression, his sarcasm, reaction. That's interesting. Mita says his shoulders slouched and his facial expression dropped. I was wondering if someone would actually notice the slouch, because when I studied the cartoon and I wanted to suggest that or discuss that, I wasn't sure if it showed the slouch properly. If you picked it up, then yeah, it definitely must be there. And his facial expression, definitely that changed. Well done. Pat, pat on the back, guys. Well done. Nicely done. So he was no longer smiling. We saw that his facial expression dropped and he stopped asking questions. He just responded with what he saw. And I would also put in exactly what you put in, Mita. I would put in that his shoulders slouched, because I also thought of that when I first saw it. So I'm glad someone else did. Very good. Well done. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Awesome job. Nicely done. Okay, so the next one should be fairly easy. What do you think the setting is of the comic strip? So we've got a suggestion for library, Wigglyfell. What other suggestions might we have? Home, but that is correct, Bonolo, but wait, just be a bit more specific. Zayan, why do you say comic store? What gives you that idea? I'm not saying it wrong. I'm just saying always like show evidence for your answer. What do you see that makes you think that that's where something is taking place? For example, Leafa, you say library. Now, I understand why Leafa says library, because we saw books in the background on a shelf. I understand why Bonolo says home, because the father is there, right? Okay, so Zayan, you say comic books because there's also books in the background. Very good. Bonolo, you suggest a dining room as well, possibly because there's a table. All right. Okay, so let's put it all together. Let's put what room in the house, generally speaking, not specifically speaking, generally speaking, will have a desk, library shelves, library books or books, and the father or parent or a family member, especially when you're doing homework. There we go. Nice suggestion there, Lifa. Bonolo, very good. Remember, grade 7s, you're in grade 7, you need to be specific. Yeah, need to be specific when you're doing visual literacy. Yes, there we go. Pat, pat on the back. I don't see anybody giving themselves patty, pat, pats. Where's my patty, pat, pats today? What's going on? Right, so it is the study or the home library. You can say office as well. You can even say bedroom. But the books on the shelf, when I was studying the cartoon, they looked a bit not like children's books. They looked a bit like those books you find in a lawyer's office or in a doctor's office or, you know, the encyclopedia. That's why I didn't think it might be the little boy's room, because there wasn't any childlike books, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm making sense. I do hope I do. So if you say study or office or home library, that is absolutely perfectly okay. Very good. Well done. Now, the reason why I wouldn't say a library as in main library where everybody goes is because main libraries, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but did you notice that in a main library, the windows are different in the sense that they're either stained glass or they are not directly facing books? Because if you have a library in town or a main library where the sun is shining through, it's going to stain and fade books because of the constant heat. So you will notice that libraries don't really have the same kind of windows as a home would. Okay, so yeah, I have to be specific because I have to cover all the possible answers, you know? So if you answer one way, you can get it right, but if you answer another way, it can still be right. All right, so just showing you the options that you have. Okay, I will stop being too specific. Right, now, identify the punctuation used in frame 1 in the word I'm. In other words, what do you call the punctuation used? I'm. Why do we use it? So we don't say I am, we say I'm. There's a name for that type of word. And I know that you've done it because in our previous language lessons, someone has used it as an answer. So I do know that somewhere in the back of your mind, see, I don't even have to continue talking. Welcome, Itanzi. Great to have you. So glad you made it. Don't worry about being late. I'm just glad you're here. Ante, you are correct. Diane, when you're referring to the father's books, you are also correct for the previous question. Very good. Right. So, Dante has the answer correct. Shall we all give him a pat on the back? Okay. We are talking about a actual cartoon. So would you guys be okay if we went back a bit so that Hitanzi can see the cartoon and read it quickly? Okay, so Hitanzi, I'm just going to scroll back, so don't mind that it goes too quick. This is the cartoon we're talking about. Okay, so have a look at that cartoon, read through it, and then let me know when you've done that, and I'll go to the next slide. Are you sure? Okay, so I'm going to go back forward. Right. So you can read through the questions we've done so far, Hitanzi, and see how we answered them. Okay, so that you can see where we are. Right, so I'm going to give this credit to Dante for his answer. is a contraction. When we shorten a word, it is a contraction. Okay, so why would we shorten the word? Welcome, Ayanda. Great to have you. Thanks for joining anyway. It's great that you came anyway. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so we're just talking about the punctuation on question 5. Why would we say I'm instead of I am? And the punctuation term is a contraction. Why do we use it? Why do you guys think we use it? Oh, Nativa, welcome. Great to have you. Don't worry. I'm glad you guys have arrived. Awesome. Very good. Very good, Itansi. Very good, Dante. Very good, Ayanda. Nice. Nicely done. Awesome. So we're making the word shorter. Why would we make it short in a cartoon? Okay, good, Dante. That's a nice answer. Well done. It's going to give everybody a chance to share their thoughts. Okay, good, Manolo. To not make it too long. Save space. What I really like that you also notice when you say save space in a cartoon, that is quite important. Would you read a cartoon if it had very long sentences in it? As Nativa rightly said, it would be very boring if there was too much writing. Okay. So well done, guys. Well done. All get a pat on the back. All get a pat on the back. Very good. Well done. So it does shorten a sentence and it keeps the speech bubble from having too many words to read in it, especially when the cartoon is aimed for humor and aimed for maybe a younger audience. Okay. Now, question 6. Why has the word king been written in a capital letter? Oh, you started on that a while ago, Itanzi. Well done. Well done. That's a very good description and a very good answer. Well done. Well done, Lifa. Very good. You guys are on a roll. Good job. Nicely done, Ayanda. Nicely done, Demeter. I'm sure that there are probably a lot more suggestions coming through. I might just not be able to read them all. Welcome, well done, Zion. So there you go. It is a position of importance, but it is a proper noun. It is a surname. So because it's a surname and because it's a proper noun, you have to start with a capital letter. Okay. I've also added in that it's a position of importance. All right. So well done, guys. Well done. It is a part of his name. Now, that was a nice, easy one. Question 7. Now, remember, when it says explain, you need to give me a bit more than just a normal, straightforward answer. So many people will laugh when they read this comic strip. Explain why you think it is funny. Right, so I'm going to read through your suggestions. Welcome, Junior, because the teacher said choose an American hero, but he chose a cartoon hero. Because the father thought his son was writing about someone famous or historical, but he wrote about a fictional character or non-existing person. Very good answers, guys. I love the fact that you took your time to write these sentences as well. Very, very good. We can see who wants to do Kahoot next week. Hey, they're working very, very hard. Well done. I also think that, yes, it is a play on words. Well done. Very good, Lisa. Nice answer. Even when school opens, I'll still be here. Okay, I'm still teaching. I'm not going anywhere. All right. Very good. Because he misinterpreted the instructions and chose a cartoon hero instead of an actual hero. Well done. Okay, so now as time is moving along, I really want to get to the next part because we missed it the other day because our little group got too distracted, although Tiana's been very quiet. But we didn't get to it the other day. So I really want to get to it today. I did ask you to go and watch the video. I don't know if you did. Go and watch the video because then you will know what we are doing now. Who knows what this is about? Okay, your mommy in a meeting. That makes sense. Well done. It is a song. So who is the songwriter and the performer? I see Tanzi's answered that for me already. Thank you. Very good. So we are going to look at the song about, it's called Roar, and it's sung by Katy Perry, and it's performed by Katy Perry. Well done, Pat. Now, I can't play the song for you because it has a copyright to it, and we have to be aware not to use something that has copyright on it. That's why I can only share the link with you. And that is why I did ask you to go and watch it. But guess what? I have put the link on at the end of the slide, so you can go and watch it. It really is a cool video. I actually went and watched it again because it was like just so entertaining, very entertaining, and a bit funny in some parts. Okay, so we're going to study the lyrics of the song. Okay, and no, I'm not going to sing it. Okay, and then I'm going to read through them first, and then we're going to do the questions. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot, or if you have the lyrics near you, it'll just help you answer questions a bit better. I'm going to read now. Are you ready? Okay, let me know if you're ready. I don't want to just read and then no one's ready. Okay. Okay, so Dante, you want me to just wait a little? Okay. I'll wait 1 minute because we can't wait too long because we've only got like 10 or 15 minutes left. So we want to use it wisely. Okay. Now, I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I sit quietly, agree politely. Guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. Pre-chorus. You held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up, ready cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. Chorus. I've got the eye of the tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I'm a champion, you're gonna hear me roar. Louder, louder than a lion, 'cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. You're gonna hear me roar. Now I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I earn my stripes. I went from zero to my own hero. Chorus, chorus twice. Okay. Now, I would like to know, you guys, obviously, I don't mean this as a criticism. I'm trying to make a comparison to explain something. And you might not know about the song, the original song of Champion. Have any of you heard about the song or the soundtrack for Champion? If you haven't, it might be a good idea just to go and listen to it, because you will often find, without realizing it, that a lot of soundtracks use that specific song and its lyrics and everything about it as a classic, or at an important event like the Olympics or some major sports event, especially. So this is where the Champion comes in. The way she approaches the word champion reminds me very much of that song. So do please go and look it up. If I can find out more about it to direct you where to go, I will do that as well. It was a very old movie as well that it came in. It was a movie when my parents were in their 20s. So yes, it's very old. It's a classic, but that song and that soundtrack has not aged. Trust me, it comes in everywhere. Now let's go into something you might know. Where does the idea of I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, who knows where that comes from? It also comes from a hero, a real life hero, someone who's considered to be a hero. Ha, Diane, well done. Excellent, good job. Remember Will Smith also portrayed him in a movie? Yes, there we go. That was a quote by Muhammad Ali. I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. That's how he describes boxing. Okay, so well done. He was a world-class boxer, and she has used him in this song. Well, used something directing you to a real-life hero. Great. Right, so now that we've got the foundation and a few ideas floating around in our head, let's go do the questions. The first question. Why do you think that the title of this song is written in capital letters? What is the title? What is the name of the song? But song titles don't have to be in capital. Why is this one all in capitals? I mean, every letter is in capital. Very good, Ntivo. Attract the reader's attention. She wants it to stand out. Yeah, it makes the song roar because lions roar loudly. So yes, it stands out and it's imitating a sound. Okay, so well done, guys. Pat on the back for that. Well done. It is. You are absolutely right, Dante. So let's have a look. Why is it not coming up? Ah, there we go. So this song, the title is in capital letters to convey the word roar. That it should be spoken and sung loudly to convey confidence and courage. Because if you notice, this poem is about a person trying to make themselves heard. They'd feel like they're not being heard. So they have to get the title out there immediately because they need to be heard. So it has quite a few reasons as to why. You are welcome to jot down the answers if you want to. Up to you. We can just work through it for now. So, what is the main message of this text? Why do you think? Yes, okay, good, Itanzi. So I'm going to wait for a few more suggestions to give everybody an opportunity to share their thoughts. Okay, so what do you think the message of this text is? So the poem or the song, what do you think the message is? Giving a message out. Wow. Good suggestions coming through there. Okay, I just want to go a bit back, be able to read everybody's answers quickly. So we have the following suggestions. To be brave, to stand up for yourself. She can roar. She's saying that she's not as small as you think she is. It's an uplifting poem. Your voice to be heard, build confidence, to be more confident, to show what you're capable of, be a champion one day. Sorry, my throat's running dry. My throat's so dry. All right, let's have a look. I am drinking water, but you know when you got that itch in your throat? Making my eyes water. So give yourselves all a pat on the back. Well done. I like all of your answers, even if it's worded differently. You're still telling me that the message of the song is that the singer is feeling brave, like a champion or a lion or a tiger. She's making her opinions heard, even if no one agrees with him. No, Tukosi, I haven't been sick in a very, very long time. When you teach a lot, you use your voice a lot. So my voice tends to go. I've had 2 lessons every day this week. So my voice does end up coming and going sometimes. So I'm sorry about that. I think I need some lozenges. Or just a sip of honey or something like that. Don't worry, I'll rest the weekend. I love you guys too much to take time off during the week. Okay. So let's have a look here. I think it's a bit better. What kind of mood does the song convey? So explain your answer and quote words which give you this impression. So I don't know if you remember the words in the song, but it conveys a mood. Can you remember any words from the song that give you an idea of what mood is? So I'm going to give you a minute just to think about that. And yes, I'm going to go and drink water while you're thinking about that. Yeah. Okay, I got my water. Awesome. Right, so zero hero, he's happy that he is nothing and he is a hero. What mood? Okay, you said happy, all right. 0 euro. Oh, so you went from 0 to euro, so he's happy that, okay, I get it. Awesome. So I stood quietly, agreed politely. Is it sad or emotional? Yeah, that does sound a bit sad, eh? Almost like you just doing what everybody else says. Okay. To be your own type of animal. Actually, that's a pretty cool answer. You know what animal I would be? Can you guess? What type of animal would Miss Cooney be? I wonder. Leafa, he's so cute. Panda. I must be honest. I was thinking of. You gave me a laugh now. I can't stop laughing. I was thinking of actually an elephant or a penguin. Don't ask me why. And actually, maybe you guys have nailed it on the head. All righty. So I don't know. It's just very funny. Right. So the mood of the song is actually feisty and confident because she starts off saying what kind of person she was and how she wasn't confident, but she's rising up. She's being courageous. She's being confident, and she's fighting for what she believes in. And that's what the mood kind of gets you going. Like, I'm sure if you listen to songs, you would also feel like, when you're having a really down day, when you really think you're worthless or you're useless, sometimes when you listen to certain songs, they really lift you up and help you get up and start over and see from a different perspective. So songs have that ability, and it creates that mood. So now we've got 2 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is we're going, the time just went so fast. Let's do one last question. Come, let's do the last one. How about explain the meaning of the line, scared to rock the boat and make a mess? Scared to rock the boat and make a mess. What do you think that specific line means? Okay, so she was scared to bring attention to herself or make any mistakes. Good. Scared to do something and ruin everything. Good. Very good answers, guys. Pat, pat for you too. Well done. Didn't have courage. Well done, Tiana. Well done, Itanzi. Scared to do anything, then mess it up. Leafa, scared to ruin the boat. That is absolutely a different way of putting it. I like the different perspective, but it means the same thing. Well done. Life can be a boat, hey? She was scared to do something and mess it up. True. Scared of messing things. Well done. All right, so I think you all have the gist of this. Let's check Miss Cooney's answer and hope it's okay. So a person who is scared to rock the boat and make a mess is someone who chooses to keep the peace, but rather keeping quiet about what they believe, especially when those beliefs could be a source of conflict. So you don't want to upset anybody. So you rather keep quiet. Now, I must be honest, when I was a little girl, I was exactly like that. I would say yes, I would never say no, I would keep quiet a lot. So I think things can change. All right, my voice is going, and so is our time. I'm going to have a bit of honey and have a good rest for my voice this weekend. You guys are amazing. You've been so patient and kind. You mean so much to me, and I'm so glad that you're here today. So thank you so much. And give yourselves all a pat on the back. And I look forward to seeing, yes, I'll be a panda. I promise. I'll be a panda. And I will see you next week. Remember to look out for our times and for our links. I'd really miss you if you weren't here. All right. And please send me any homework. I'd love to give you feedback. Bye. Love you guys. Have an awesome weekend. Goonie's so proud of you. So proud of you.